Pretty nice introduction, I must say.
There it is, in the distance. There are trade ships currently moored at the docks in Stone Hollow, so we'll need to dock near Fort Moonwatch instead. It'll be a short trek to the mining settlement. Let's just hope we make it there before anything bad happens.
Now we are ready, I think. Let's get started with it. So,
Let's go. Once I've spoken with the others, we'll make our way to Stone Hollow. All right. Listen up, everyone. That monster is out there on this island. It knows we're here, and it likely has a trap prepared for us. No second chances. No letting it get away this time, or none of us are getting paid. Do I make myself clear? Great. Let's move out.
let's fight a dragon again. That's basically what the Dragonborn does anyway. And where am I supposed to go? Well, let me have a look at the map. Oh, it's huge. There's a small Iceland there. Skyrim right here. Oh, there's a lot of stuff to explore. One thing that is quite interesting about the Elder Scrolls franchise, in a general way, is that every Elder Scroll is supposed to basically represent a whole country or a whole province. Like Morrowind represents Morrowind, I believe in Cyrodiil, and Skyrim. But the map itself is quite smaller than the province, because for the sake of hardware, they can't like make a actually huge map of the land. So it's basically downsizing the actual size of the
There's been word of some trouble. Fine.
province.
I'm on my way to investigate.
I wonder how Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be. There are some rumors that it's going to represent two provinces. I don't like that idea. I think it would be better to focus on one single province but make it huge, like the real size of it, a whole country. Probably is going to be High Rock or something. I wonder if there's any mods or a compilation of mods that makes Skyrim the lore accurate size. I don't know if my computer would be able to run this, but it would definitely be interesting to see Skyrim in its actual size, cause it's like this is a DLC mod. Solstheim itself has it's basically half of Skyrim, and it's just as Iceland. Would be very nice to see huge map in the next Elder Scroll. Or maybe they do a single province, but
By all the gods, what a disaster. They never stood a chance. I can't even begin to imagine how we're going to recover from this. All the lives lost. Find
Probably
that
could have
beast
done
and
worse.
end it before it
Look
has
at
the
all the
chance to
survivors
take any more lives.
what's the next step?
The locals here speak tales of a vast underground cave far beneath the island. The only place that dragon could have been hiding all this time is down there. I know there's an old Nordic barrow on the eastern side of the island, one of the largest ever discovered. Adventurers go there all the time looking to test themselves, and marauders plunder its depths for valuables even to this day. The ancient Nords used to venerate dragons, right? I know it's a long shot, but there may be a way into the dragon's lair from within. Almira and Theoden will stay behind and tend to the wounded. There's likely more people trapped under all this rubble. I suggest you follow along with us, but if you want to scout around first, we'll be waiting for you at the barrow. So don't take too long. Until next
Okay,
time.
now I noticed this orc is pretty huge. My character is also an orc, but I think he's even bigger. Or I don't know. But anyway, right here. Okay. Let's walk all the way up. Mod is actually pretty well made. You can see that this is probably a land close to Skyrim, because it has a lot of snow and stuff. Skyrim is pretty well known for its cold environment. Even though I think other provinces may have some snow also, but Skyrim has its signature geography. I don't know. But it's like, oh, the mod has its own music. It has its own soundtrack. Yeah, they really did take their job with this one.
I need a real challenge. This was nothing.
I like how this parry and this party actually is based on the traditional RPG or D&D party, like the barbarian, the mage, the rogue, and the warrior, or something like that. But basically, it plays with archetypes of characters, of RPG characters, which is kinda predictable, but at the same time interesting. Now there are a few dragons to fight. I wonder if the mod would be different if I complete the main quest without going there. Because in this case, those those dragons probably should have a different behavior because all doing was defeat.
Take that.
Have some golds. Where's the other one? Right there. I do think the Thunderbolt's the best because better because it will remove a little bit of the magic of the dragon. And escapes. Go. And now he came back. And I think he bugged it on the wall. SKYRIM and its bugs, basically. There's 3 giants right here. Journal fragments. Let's read it. The red phantom came for me again last night. Only by the grace of the gods did I manage to escape. I fear the next time I may not be so lucky. It's a curse, I tell you. Breaking the finger on that old dried paw released something. Gunder, if you get this message, return the paw to the old graveyard behind the chapel and never speak to anyone. Not even the blind lady. Why did the dragon have a notes? I don't know. Probably eating some body or anything like that. But dragons in Skyrim don't used to do that. At least I never saw any dragon eating something or someone. As I said earlier, they are more like mythological creatures than biological species of fantasy fantasy things. No, that's interesting thought. Dragons in Skyrim never eat something, they're always like Pertinax on the throat of the world. He doesn't go out to eat cause we probably would heard about him. Like he would have to go downwards and fly over Skyrim and people would have seen him. So he definitely doesn't go out. But well, maybe the greybeards could grab some food but not even the greybeards pick food. They basically receive from a guy who walks all the throat of the world. And definitely food for 3 humans wouldn't be enough to share with a dragon. So in theory dragons don't eat. Yeah, that's definitely something interesting because dragons right here are way more magical creatures than anything else. I actually heard that the way they fly is very similar to birds or flying species in real life, which is interesting. I think during Skyrim production they actually search for movements and animations of actual birds or actual animals who fly in real life to put into Skyrim dragons. I may be wrong, but I think it, they actually did that. Basically my healing is my sword. Ah, fuck that. Now I'm back. I just got killed by 2 arrows, which is kinda disappointing. but my armor rating is quite low and I'm a high level character at legendary, so it's definitely predictable, the sorts of things. But anyway, I think I'm gonna pick elemental blasts, which I already have in my hands. I think it's better to fight at long distance, because if I wanna get close I will probably die very quickly. Fight. Okay. I never managed to actually use the spell with both hands. I always do something like this. I usually never get the timing right. Maybe because I'm playing on a controller, I'm much more used to the keyboard. But anyway, let's see if the temple has something to do with dragons. Yeah, it actually has something to do with dragon, but let's see if it has any clue of the dragon we're looking for.
What was that? Thought I heard something.
This one's better to fight in close range.
It's getting dangerous. Help! Somebody help! I'm being chased!
I need more
Yeah,
enemies
those
to kill.
mercenaries are quite powerful. Anyway, weapon slots.
Damn it. Looks like the gate is shut. Something used to slot into that pedestal over there. My guess is that's what controls the gate. Whatever it was, it looks like it was only recently removed. Look around for clues. Maybe we can find out what happened here. Safe travels, Dragonborn.
We need a sword to open that gate? Weakness. I could rip that gate open with my bare hands.
Yeah, do it. You can open it with your hands. Go, go, go. What are you waiting for? Go. So terrible work. Okay. Probably there must be some clue right here. Don't know how long that old fart has been down here. That old fart. That's interesting. Okay, he certainly looks like an odd fellow, but I'm not one to hold it against him. Seth has been studying the Draugr, using them to develop some fancy spell that allows him to control their movements. Sounds like a power that could come in handy in our next raid. But what really got my attention was when he said that he might be able to modify the spell to control anything, not just the Dust Walkers, but living people too. A power that I can even begin to fathom what we could accomplish. What I could accomplish. If what he says is true, then I can let him live until I get my hands on that spell. So struck deal. We don't send him any more of our buddies to harass him, and in return he transcribes the spell to us when he is done. I take in that old Nordic sword we found deeper down. It seems to open and close the gate at front entrance, so I need to make sure I don't mix it up with the others. While the sword itself seems fearsome enough with its ability to extract anything it cuts, it pales in comparison to the spell the wizard is working on. I just hope he finishes before they end up look like he does. We are gathering the loot at the old shipwreck among the coast, near the missing settlement. Once we clear the place out, we must meet at the docks and have it transported through SKYRIM. Hopefully this contraband is still worth something if we can find what the boss is looking for. Okay, so now it's not only necromancy. I think we're dealing not only dragons. I think we're dealing with some sort of necromancy, or maybe both. Maybe a necromancer dragon or something. Or maybe the necromancy stuff is just like more lore stuff than actual plot of the questline. But it's interesting anyway. So it's near the shipment or something. Right here. Should I go here? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna fast travel. I want to explore a little bit more of this land made by those amazing creatures. Necromancer dragon. Actually, we have seen this before with Durnavir in Downguard DLC. I think he was a dragon who was trapped into Soulcairn because they promised him to be able to live deaths or a huge necromantic power or something like that. So Durnavir was trapped. Maybe they had some inspiration in that history in that lore to make this DLC. Or the necromantic thing and the dragon is not even connected. But it's nice to create hypotheses on the questline. As far as I'm concerned, it's actually an old mod, but it's pretty well made. It had a lot of updates and stuff, but the last update, as far as I'm concerned, was in 2016. It's actually much more well made than I was thinking. In the future, I definitely gonna play more DLC sized mods and probably showcase them into my Skyrim gameplays. Cause okay, Gore Duster, that's a very interesting name. Gore Duster. He animated dead body to fight for you for 60 seconds. Oh, so the mod adds new types of weapons and enchantments. That's interesting, adds unique items and stuff. That actually contributes a lot for immersion. That was very amazing, man. Oh, there's a few people trying. I didn't have the time to think, and they already killed me with 3 or 4 fireballs. Anyway, I think I'm gonna return then, and once I return then I will be back soon. Now I return to the place I was before. I always forgotten to quick save, and I ended up being murdered and having to walk a long way in to get to the new place. So I must be quick saving all the time. It happened just like 3 times in this run. I just got killed. Oh, there's a lot of mercenaries right there. I hope I don't hit the ones at my side.
Watch where you're going.
None of them are very nice people. This one probably neither. It was, as far as the mod tells, I think. What's the guy name? Yeah, Lydia's lure. He told that she was arrested by thief or something. So basically, it's none of those people are quite nice, and I don't know if it's a good idea to keep them together. But anyway, I think most people in this universe are not very nice. Now I'm back. Okay, let's put the sword in its place. How does that enchantment even work? Reanimate a dead body to fight for you for 60 seconds. If I hit a dead body... Oh. That's interesting enough. So basically, if I manage to kill some enemy, and while I'm hitting the enemy and he dies, if I hit it again, he basically returns to me. That's very interesting.
Careful!
Oh, finally!
And the body doesn't seem to vanish, so I could hit him
Be
again.
on guard. The dangers of this dungeon are well known among my peers.
I thought you were kicked out of that